Hello, everybody. Hi, Uncle. Hi, Missy. How y'all doing? Everybody good? Everybody having a good weekend? I hope y'all are. Been a lot going on over here. I'm just a little in a pissy mood this weekend. So, other than the fucking heat, y'all already know how I feel about the heat. 103 index. Shit. It must be nice. Oh, it must be nice. I want nothing more than a lazy weekend. I have so much to do here every day. And then I got to mow again this coming week. Hello, Douglas. How you doing? Hello, Angie. Y'all doing good. So, other than this heat making me like, I tell you, I feel like when I go outside that I'm working inside of an oven set at like 425 degrees. That's what it feels like. I mean, I literally feel like it's the inside of Satan's colon. Like it's just so freaking hot outside. It's horrible. And then so the ones that's followed me for a long time, and they know, and they've y'all remember when I started and I pulled that whole house down by myself, and y'all remember that, right? Okay. And y'all remember you used to hear me talk about my little buddy Vince, and it was Vince in Virginia, and he's the little guy that lived down the street with the tractor, and he's the one that helped me those several times pulling that house down. And y'all remember helped me pull the house down, and I took a picture of him and I posted him one time on the tractor, and he's just and he was 70, 71. He was my buddy, and they were some of my very first friends to stop and welcome me here to this neighborhood when I moved in here in 2017. And him and his wife were a big part of my life since I've lived here. They were here Wednesday night hanging out. I was hanging out with Vince in Virginia, and they saw this cool haunted Florida book that they bought me, and they stopped by to give it to me. And you guys know the issues I'm having with my neighbor's dogs, and they asked me if I was still having the issue. Anyway, he brought me this pellet gun. That was fucking awesome. Anyway, he took his own life on Thursday night. So I've had a bad couple of days. I'm mad. But we won't talk about that. It's been a couple days, let me tell you. It was Thursday night. So, we're going to start talking about Maine hauntings. Let's do that. So, pull myself together. He was just here Wednesday night. Anyway, Maine hauntings. And the other night I did say Maryland because I was MA and MAI, and for some reason I forgot about Maine, and this Maryland will be Wednesday night. So Maryland will be hump day, and Annie will be on talking about where she's from. So that was my mistake. It is Maine is next. So I do have 7 places in Maine, but a few of them are kind of long. So we're going to start with the Fort William Henry, and this is in New Harbor. Now, this was built in 1692 as the English fortified frontiers of the Massachusetts colony. The fort's construction was extraordinary, housing nearly 20 cannons and 60 soldiers. However, the fort's splendor was short-lived before the area's colonization. The land was home to many Native Americans. So the tension continued between the Native American people and the colonists. Tragically, in 1696, the Native American chief Tocalexis, don't know if I'm saying that right, talk Alexis was hung by the soldiers at the fort. Now, local legend has it that the chief um, haunts it to this day. Now the Native Americans were the Abenaki tribe. Hi, Annie. You will see glowing balls of light all over the fort, and will feel freezing cold spots even in the dead of summer. Also, in the fight, the chief Abenaki was killed along with his two sons. Now, the two sons were trying to enter from the outside and were killed on the outside of the walls. Now, you will see shadow figures of them in full body apparitions, mists, shadows, and sometimes they will be in like smoke. You will smell their pipes. If you are out at night, it will look like there's fire pits lit, but when you walk towards them, they disappear. And that's all I've got on. But that kind of reminds me, like if you're in the desert and you see the oasis that looks like water, and then when you go to it, it disappears. That's what that seems like it would be to me. God, my eyes are like all watery now. I shouldn't have talked about it. Anyway. So, hush, Whiskey. She's going to stand down there and fucking bark. I want to go to that fort in St. Augustine. I've never been to there, and I guarantee that place is haunted. And I want to go over there one afternoon or evening or something and take our bag. And I want to investigate that fort over there in St. Augustine, Annie, because we might get some good shit over there. Okay. We're going to move on to Wood Island Lighthouse. And this is in Bideford, Biddeford. So it could be Bidford or Bideford. But with the E there, I thought it was Bideford. Anyway, this dates back to 1808. It has its fair share of reported supernatural activities. In fact, the hit TV show Ghost Hunters featured the lighthouse on a paranormal investigation. Hi, Terry. It all began in 1896 when Howard Hobbs, a tenant of Wood Island, was confronted by his landlord, Frederick Milliken. Milliken told Hobbs that the rent was overdue, and the tragedy unfolded. To this day, it's said that if you stand quietly, you can still hear the footsteps of Milliken and Hobbs. Now, this was established under the President Thomas Johnson, known for its revolving light, and has been tended by numerous keepers throughout its history. Now, it was originally a wooden octagon tower, but was replaced in 1839 in granite. In 1873, the keeper who lived downstairs in the lighthouse was Thomas Orcutt. Orcutt. Now, he lived there alone with his dog. One of his jobs was to ring the fog bell on the foggy nights so people would know the fog was coming in. So he trained his dog to ring the bell. He was famous for that. It's said that you will see the dog in the stairwell and hear his claws running up and down the steps. In 1896, another keeper, Howard Hobbs, also lived in the downstairs apartment. One night, his landlord, Frederick Milliken, came there and let Hobbs know that their rent was overdue. A big argument broke out, and Hobbs killed Milliken and then killed himself. People, staff, and visitors claim that they see male apparitions in the stairwell. They can hear arguing, and on a full moon, you can hear gunshots. Sometimes you will smell cigarette smoke there. I have claimed to smell gunpowder. And you know that's weird because I guess back then they used those black powder guns in it. So I could understand the smell of the gunpowder. So yeah. I'd go there though. I'd go there and investigate there. I wouldn't climb to the top. See, that's the thing with the lighthouses. I can go there into the bottom and I can go up the stairway a little bit, but I can't go all the way to the top. It makes me very nervous with the heights, especially if they're really tall ones. So we're going to move on to the museums of Old York. Now, the entire town of York is haunted. So there are 12 different buildings that's turned into museums, and I have a few of them here. It's not all 12, but I do have a few that I could find. Now, the old, it's Gaol. So Gaol. I don't know how to pronounce that, but the old Gaol. Now, this was, maybe it's pronounced jail, but spelled wrong because this was Maine's first prison. Very first prison. Where the fuck is my... You know what? I think I accidentally threw my pen away. Oh, shit. I threw the pen that was still good away because Topaz was in my trash. Okay, I got it. So this was Maine's very first prison, and it was built in 1656. People are allowed to tour this jail and learn about each and every criminal that stayed there and why and how they were killed. 2 females that people thought to be witches were hung there. The witches are seen often roaming around the town from place to place. So apparently a lot of people were killed in this jail, but the 2 witches are seen the most. So I wonder if that's how it's Gaol. You think that could be pronounced jail? I don't think. Gaol. I don't know how you would pronounce that, but whatever. Anyway, the next building is the Perkins House. This was built in 1898. It was the home to Mary Perkins, who opened it to ferrymen and sea captains. So they would have to place a place to stay when they were passing through. What's going? I'll tell you later, Terry. Anyway, now it's claimed that Mary fancied the men that she let stay there, if you know what I mean. And apparently, she's still there and still does. Males that visit seem to get touched or groped, and makes most males feel uncomfortable in that house. Wow. I mean, you still do that in the afterlife, really? That's a little. Anyway. Is it really? Thank you. Gaol or Gaoler, Jol, chiefly British spellings of jail or jailer. That's cool. Now I know what that means, though. Thank you. I might be a little bit smart since I thought that. Anyway, the next house, the next building is called the Corner Schoolhouse. This schoolhouse was built in 1745. There are still children that love to play there. Toys will move on their own. Swings will start swinging by themselves. No air outside. If you sit outside, you will hear the children playing and laughing. Yeah, that's all I got on the schoolhouse. I don't know if most people don't spend a lot of time here in this place or what. But anyway, one of the other buildings is called the Emerson Wilcox House Museum. This served as a general store, a stage tavern, tailor shop, a post office, and someone's actual home. It's currently closed, but people feel uncomfortable in this museum. They say it's a heavy, evil spirit that lingers here. Glass items break just while they're sitting there on the table. Things fly off the shelves, and people have gotten pinched or scratched, and some has even been pushed. So I couldn't really find much on the Emerson house, so I don't really know like the history of that place. So I might have to look deeper into that. Now, one of the other stores is the George Marshall Store Gallery. This was built in 1867, and it served as a store that sold materials and coal. It's haunted by George Marshall himself. He walks around checking on things. It currently has local artwork hanging inside, and they switch the artwork out about every 5 weeks or so. Now, George will make it known if he doesn't like a piece of art. It will constantly fall down off the wall to the floor. It doesn't matter how many times they put the things up, he drops it to the floor. I think that's kind of funny because if my art kept dropping, I was like, well, damn, nobody, you don't like that. Oh, goodness. Okay. The John Hancock Warehouse. Now, to me, I've always known, I would like your John Hancock, which means to sign something. This is called the John Hancock Warehouse. Now, this was built in the 1740s by John Donnell. It's the oldest commercial structure still remaining in Maine. The owner was a chair maker and a ferry owner. Some of his original chairs are still inside, and they will move around the rooms from time to time. It's like he rearranges the furniture. Balls of light is seen almost daily at closing time. The phone rings, nobody will be there. Lights will flash on and off when he is around. I'd go there. I want to sit in the chairs. Now, there's one called the Remick Gallery, R-E-M-I-C-K, Remick Gallery. This was built in 1889. Looks like a huge red barn. It was owned by a family of farmers. The family got very ill and all died in the house within weeks of each other. Now, it's unknown to this day what their illness was. So it was a mystery if they were truly ill or if someone had poisoned them. Maybe it was a murder-suicide. Maybe, you know what I mean? I don't know. It didn't say. Anyway, people say the family is still lingering. 2 children are often seen upstairs or running up and down the stairs. The male and female spirit go up and down the staircase, and they go into the kitchen. The cabinets and drawers will open by themselves. Silverware will be taken out of the drawers and placed onto the counters. Plates have fallen out of the cabinets and broken. And the water faucets will come on and off by themselves, and the toilets flush by themselves. I'd go there too. I think that's cool. Shut up, whiskey. Okay. One of the other buildings is the Dayton Historical Museum. Now, this was built in 1865. This shows all of York's history from its revolutionary beginnings to the present day. Spirits are attached to many things that are on display here. Tours are given each day and night. People claim to see spirits all over this museum and all over the town. It is unknown who all of these spirits are because they don't know what spirit is attached to what. No psychic or anything has ever been brought in at this time so far. There's a fire museum is the last one from York. The Fire Museum. Now, this was built in 1903. This was the original firehouse, and it holds more than 225 years of firefighting equipment. It shows the firemen who died on duty in their equipment and has pictures of them in their uniforms, and they're wearing their equipment. I'm getting all stuffy. It said that several spirits are in the firehouse. You will see the TVs come on and off, and sometimes you will hear the radio come on as if they're getting dispatched to a call. So that's all of York, but I would go to that whole town. Like, I would want to go there and like stay the night at like a bed and breakfast or something, and I would want to hit every single one of those places in that town if I could. Okay, so the next place is called the Mount Hope Cemetery. And I think yep, here it is. Now, if you're a Stephen King fan, the Mount Hope Cemetery should be at the top of your list of places to visit. Here, you'll find the haunted house and cemetery that were in the film Pet Cemetery. If reliving this film wasn't already ghastly enough, the cemetery is also where you'll find the resting place of the infamous gangster Al Brady. Some say that his ghost haunts the cemetery. Now, this cemetery was established back in 1836, and this is in Bangor, Bangor. Does he really? I didn't know that. Excuse my stuffiness, y'all. Okay. It is the second oldest cemetery in the United States. Now, people claim to see, this fan is blowing my papers everywhere. People claim to see apparitions, unexplained shadows, and ghostly figures roaming these grounds daily. You will see animal spirits as well. Some have reported hearing voices of children calling out, and you will feel as if someone is watching you or with you, walking with you at all times. I'd go there still. I'm going through these pretty fucking quick, aren't I? All right, so that's all I have on the computer here. So, I can turn the computer part off. Shut up! That is my dog barking. Okay. I can unplug that. That's charged now. All right. I think Mom's going to go get her in. I should have thought about it, and I should have got nothing. She's just outside the door, and she's barking because she wants to come in. And I should have thought about it before I started. but my mind has just been fucked up all weekend and I haven't been thinking clearly. Um, so anyway. Okay, so the next one I have is called the Victoria Mansion, and this is in Portland. There is a Portland, Maine. Yes, not Portland, Oregon. Okay, so this was built in 1860 as a summer home for hotelier Ruggles Sylvester Morse. Listed as one of Maine's most haunted, it's said to have several spirits living there from its past. You will hear eerie footsteps and see different apparitions on different floors. Church the cat? What do you mean, church the cat? Church. I'm missing something. What's church the cat? Oh, got it. It's been so many years since I've seen that movie. Like, I don't remember much of it. I would have to watch it again. Okay. Now, one is of a Confederate soldier in his uniform. He roams the halls at night. You will hear his footsteps, and he is known to shake a doorknob or two. He's also been spotted sitting at a table in the hallway, and it looks like he's working on something. He doesn't bother anyone, but is always seen, and it's unknown who this spirit is. Now she's gonna start moaning because she's just came in here and laid on the floor, and you guys are gonna hear her start moaning here in a few minutes because she does that. Okay. The next one I have is Kennebunk Inn, and that's Kenne Bunk. Kennebunk or Kennebunk. This was built in 1799 by Phineas Cole as a private home. Now, it was later sold to Benjamin Smith and remained in his family until 1875. It had several deaths in the home from family members who lived and died in the home. In 1928, it was turned into a tavern that was eventually turned into a restaurant and then a B&B. Whiskey, don't lay there and lick yourself, please. Thank you. Quit. It said that a former night watchman, Silas Perkins, has stuck around. Now, he worked at the inn and resided in one of the rooms for free as part of his pay. He was a poet and was the son of a ship captain, Fordyce Perkins. He died of a heart attack in his room. It was a few days before he was found, and he was in his 80s when he died. Now, a psychic that visited claimed a man by the name of Cyrus was trying to come through, but they explained to her that his name was Silas. So she said, then she understood. Silas is a spirit that likes to prank people. He is not creepy or scary. One day he levitated 3 coffee cups in the air behind the bar. The bartender working was amazed, but he made a joke about a spirit. One of the cups charged him and hit him in the shoulder. The bartender's name was Dudley. He claimed he was not a believer of ghosts until that day. Now he's used to the levitating cups, and he speaks highly of Silas, and that has never happened again. Now, room 17 is the most haunted room in the house, though, and it's haunted by a former tenant by the name of Sarah Emily. She will stand at the top of the main stairwell and greet guests as they come in. A housekeeper was cleaning the room and she moved things around and to wipe things down, and she had unplugged the TV. Now she was continued cleaning, and while she moved away, the TV came back on by itself. Well, she had just unplugged the TV. So when she turned around to look, the TV had been plugged back in on its own. She said nobody else was in the room but her by herself. Guests and visitors claim to see Emily when they're going up the stairs. Now, she wears a tea-length dress with a bonnet, and she seems very friendly, is what people have said. I'd go there. And the last one that I have, I told you I'm going through these pretty damn quick tonight, aren't I? Shit. It's called the Old Straw House, and this is in a town called Newfield. Now, this was built by John Monroe in 1830, and it was purchased in 1832 by David Straw. Now, he was an attorney who, along with his son, David Jr., established one of Maine's first textile mills in 1865. This house had something that no other house has. So it has a grave marker in the kitchen. One of his daughters, Hannah Straw, died in the house of a bad illness. Don't know what the illness is. This took place in the middle of the winter months. Now in Maine, it snows a lot. So they were unable to bury her outdoors properly. So what they did was they pulled up all the floorboards and dug a hole and made a grave for her in the warmer ground underneath the kitchen, and then covered it all back up and redid the kitchen floor. They had the funeral and everything right there in the kitchen, buried her, rebuilt the kitchen floor, and they put her gravestone set in the floor. Whiskey. The owner has changed hands several times. Now, each owner did not stay long. Some owners claim that Hannah shows her face to them in their windows, especially in the kitchen. Some hear footsteps, they hear a woman crying, they hear knocking, they hear the doors shaking, and some have claimed to see her entire body apparition wandering around the house and property. The house still stands today, and it's a private residence, and crazy enough, it's currently for sale. That's fucking cool, though. And I would go there, too. Oh, my gosh. So, that's all I've got. I went through it way too quick. See, I knew I needed like 10, but I ran out of time. With it being so fucking hot, I'm having to be outside twice as much. I'm having to do an extra mud hole throughout the day. It's just so flipping hot. And then when the animals go in, I will go in, I will dump and scrub the pools and then put fresh water, right? They go get in it and sit their butts on the side of the pool, and it drops it down, and they empty all the water out of them. So I have to go back and redo the pools again because they just drained them dry because their little butts squish the side and the water goes out. And I went to get some new pools the other day, but nobody has any more big pools. So I had to get some more small pools. And if y'all know my pigs at all, they don't fit in the small pools. So their butts drain the water. So I'm having to watch their pools twice as much now. So they're not draining their water out of it. So, and then of course, Elvis and Lollipop, they have two pools. And one of them is considered their toilet. They don't go in it to enjoy the water. They get in there to pee and poo. So I have to clean their toilet daily. No, I haven't checked Lowe's. I checked both of the dollar stores, and I checked Walmart, and I checked Tractor Supply. Did not check Lowe's. Didn't think about it. But anyway, yeah. So Lolly and Elvis, they go to their one pool to go to the bathroom, and then they go to the other pool to drink out of and to sit in. So, yeah, because a pool is their toilet. Yeah, I know where their pools are in the garden center. I didn't think about it. I was running around that one day, and I was having to pick up some things that I needed for Wednesday. And so Wednesday, I'm going to qualify. I'm going to get qualified, and that way I can start going to work at the police department. They just had to wait until that county was qualifying. And so, yeah, Wednesday, the myself, another officer, the chief, and the lieutenant, all four of us have to qualify on Wednesday. So my belt's ready to go. I have my weapon, all my magazines, and my holster all ready to go. So I got to be there Wednesday at 3:00. And then I got to go talk to a guy tomorrow morning about a job that I've already spoken to the other employee there. So anyway, we're going to see. The owner wants to talk to me tomorrow. So I'm going in tomorrow morning. I'm going to feed breakfast and change and go on in there. And then I'm going to start the pools as soon as I get back. So we'll see how that goes. And then class is going well. And then my final exam is September 8th, 9th, and 10th. I believe I have 2 models. But I believe one model's come in 2 days. So I believe I have all the models that I need. But with the class that I'm taking, they send me the kit that's included with the price of the class. So the kit is getting delivered Tuesday, so I can actually start practicing. I can get used to the machine. I can get the needles and which cartridge goes to what. So yeah. So that's not till September 8th, 9th, and 10th, but I still got a little bit of class that I have to do and complete. But I've passed all of my written tests already. But I still have parts of the class that I have to go through and click that it's been complete. So I still have all that to do between now and then. And then my things come in Tuesday, like I said. And then I've got just about everything except one thing more. And I've got everything I'm going to need for my final exam. So those aren't cheap, though. So I've got to look around and, I've got to find you guys have seen them, like when you go into a doctor's office and you have to have like the phlebotomist take your blood, and on that stainless steel table is what they use to wheel around the room, and they have all of their stuff on it. I have to have that table. have to have a stainless steel wheels table. Um, so that's the only thing I don't have, but I have until September 8th to get one. So I'll be looking around for one. I actually have a friend of mine who works at the doctor's office that I go to, and I might be able to borrow one for my final exam and then return it when I'm done. So thank goodness my doctor likes me. So might be able to borrow one for 3 days. But that's a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and my the exam each day. So September 8th is from 1:30 to 4:30 with my instructor, and then 1:30 to 4:30 Tuesday, 1:30 to 4:30 Wednesday. So my phone will be in airplane mode, so don't text me at that time. I'll remind you before then, but I won't be answering the phone for 3 hours at least. Those 3 days. And then once I'm done, once I pass my exam, I am going to start working, and I'm going to start advertising a little bit, and I'll be looking for some models as well, so I can start my portfolio and stuff like that. Other than that, just been, God, y'all know how bad I hate summer. I say it all year long. It's 103 heat index today. 101 yesterday. The heat's whipping my ass. I could be outside for 30 minutes and it's already baking me to where I almost want to pass out. I'm drinking so much water and eating healthy and hydrating, and it still just exhausts. It's just exhausting. Like, I don't see, Whiskey, please stop. I don't see how people get out there and like do yard service all day in the sun, or roofers, like the fucking roofers or tree people that out there, pavers, people that pave the fucking roads. That asphalt is hot on top of the heat. Oh my God. I don't see how they do it. I really don't see how they do it. I'm amazed at them. I have more respect for them more and more every year because as much as I'm outside, at least I'm able to come in and chill, cool off. I found a video from the evidence vault when the alarm went off. Put it somewhere to work on it so I can send you the clip. But damn, of old age, I can't remember where I put it. Oh, shit. Oh, you'll find it, though. You'll come across it. And then I did have, wow, it is so fucking hot. I'm sweating sitting here, and the fan is helping a little bit, but good night, Terry. Sweet dreams. Angie, Terry's one that you'll meet on our girls' weekend if you can make it. If you can meet us there. Every day I'm exhausted by the end of the day. Exhausted. So, but anyway, hump day is coming Wednesday, and that will be Maryland. I need to cross this off because I totally not paying attention to my states, and I said Maryland last podcast and just jumped right over Maine. So I did Louisiana and Maine. Now Maryland is Wednesday night. And we did Massachusetts and Michigan. So it's going to go from Maryland to Minnesota. And I have had a couple people give me a couple ideas on some podcasts to do. So I will pick this up because I'll forget, and Topaz will rip them to shreds. All right, put them in the garbage can. So I had one person tell me that they think we need to do a podcast on vampires and witches. So when we do that one, I will have her come on with me. You guys have met her before. She's one of my neighbors down the street, Darlene. And then I had another person reach out and tell me that I should do, and I don't know. I mean, now Missy told me this one. The way different people have funerals. Do people have funerals like weird? Wait, I mean, I haven't had a chance to look at that yet, and I need to. But sure, I mean, we can. Yes, the banana burrito lady. Yes. So anyway, so I'll find some time to do the crazy funerals too. I didn't realize that people had funerals. Weird, but I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna look at that email and do some research on that. So anyway, Wednesday will be Maryland, and my bestie Biatch will be on with me, and it's always fun when she comes on. And yeah, and then I have another one also that I'm going to work on, and it's weird names like that people actually have, not just those made up ones, real names that people actually have. And my friend Megan, that was her idea, and she wants to come on and do it with me, but fuck, she works so much. So I'm going to try to get her, find out when she can do it, because I would like to do that one, because I think that would be a funny one. Like, y'all have heard the name, like Mike Hunt, and you say it and it sounds like something else. That's what we're talking about, like names like that, yeah. But I need to make sure that they're actual names. I'm not going to just come up with some shit that's not real. I'm going to Google and make sure that these names are actual names before I use them. So, but see, she works at Department of Children and Families, and she's told me of some funny different fucking names that she has coming through, and oh my goodness. So she's like, I'm going to start making a list of some shit that I yeah, okay. So Anyway, but yeah, I'm sorry I went so fast through. I did not find a lot, and I did not. I actually didn't. I didn't have time. I started the one yesterday, but uh with it being so hot and I have so many chores to do, um, I didn't have time to get more than what I had tonight. So I apologize. I should have had more time to get a few more because we know 7. I thought that number 3 was going to take a while. I really did, but I just kind of went right through that, didn't I? I need to learn how to read in slow mo. So, um, you guys have anything for me? Any questions, concerns, beefs? No? Oh, okay. No, I'm assuming that's a no since nobody. Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, I knew you were going to start today because you have to work every day. So you're trying to make time of your day off now because, you know, you don't want to be scrambling. But I will start working on Maryland probably on Tuesday. So just like on Tuesday, text me the ones that you're doing. And that way I'll just make sure not to do those. It'll be hump day. I hate that when I hear a vehicle outside. You know how you hear a vehicle and you can hear it just like sitting there running, like idling? I hear that. Like, oh, that's cool. Hello, Spirit Stalker. Oh, that's cool. Is it on video? Like, did he made a video of it, I guess, since you watched it. Can you like send me that link? Is it on YouTube? Or is he just on TikTok? Can you send me the video? How you doing, Spirit Stalker? Oh, it was live TikTok. Well, crap. Can you send me his name though? And I'm gonna see if he's on YouTube. Maybe he'll post those because you know you can save your lives after you're done on a live on TikTok. It'll ask you Johnny Spooks. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find a Johnny Spooks on YouTube. I'm doing all right. I'm just dying of this fucking heat. The heat is killing me. But you know, it's so hot. So, but the classes are going good. Classes are going well. I've passed all my tests. My final exam, I don't know. Okay, so here's the problem. So this is why, if y'all have noticed, this is all natural now. So this is, y'all see how much it's grown out, right? This is all my real hair now under here. It's all gray. No color anymore because, as you get older, your hair gets thinner. And I was coloring my hair, and see, I have dark brown hair naturally. But I mean, it has lightened over the years. So I have like a medium brown hair with a lot of silver. But for me to have the pink and the blue and the teal and the purple, I had to bleach my hair. So every time I would go get my hair done, it would be bleached on the roots and then recolored. Now, because my hair was so thin, it all broke off. So, it's hard to explain, but it broke. It totally broke off. There's spots here that I have my long hair, and then there's spots. So you see the difference here? It broke. This much of my hair in the back broke off. And so I had to stop coloring. And I'm not going to color now for a while because I'm letting it all grow out. All of this blonde has to grow out. And as you can see, I mean, it's grown out this much. So you guys are going to have to deal with me with my brown and silver and growing out dead hair. So for a little bit. Yeah. Well, I kept dyeing it until it broke. So now you guys know why I went and cut my hair off, because remember, my hair was to my butt and it broke. I had to cut it. That's why I cut my hair off. I cut it where it was breaking off. So, and every once in a while, there's still where you can see right here where it's still slightly pink and teal. You'll see where my natural hair grows and then the color. And here, let me show you. Okay. Look. It's broke right where the bleach is. It's broke. It all broke. So that's why you have to see me with these little things holding my hair back like this. So those don't show. Thank you. Once my hair is all natural and healthy again, I might do something if I have a lot more silver in it. But I'm not going to bleach my hair anymore. My hair is too thin in my older age to bleach it. And I really don't want it to break again. I'm trying to let it just grow out and be natural for a little bit. Do you have to bleach it though? You don't have to bleach your hair though to do the chocolate, right? Because I could probably put a dark color on my hair and not use the bleach, and that wouldn't affect it, I don't think. But I'm just not going to dye it anymore because I don't want all my hair to break off. And where it's breaking is right where the bleach was. It's right there. It's terrible. So, but yeah, so that's why I cut my hair off. And I mean, I kind of like it. Like, I want to go and have some more cut off because it's grown out so much. And y'all see it, it's grown out this much. So it's already out to here, like right here. So it's growing. It's growing out. It's getting there. It gets out to here. So it's grown that much. But I can't dye it anymore. I just can't. Not until all of this is grown off. And I might do a little bit of color on the natural. I'm not going to bleach it anymore. So we're just going to see how it looks with silver. I'm just trying to I'm trying to keep it from all breaking off. I don't want it to all, but a bunch of it did. I'm trying to keep all of it from going. So that has never happened to me before. And it's so funny because I used to be, back when I was a lot younger, my hair was so thick. It was so thick, so long and so thick. Like before I went to the police academy and I was 29, my hair was to the back of my knees, touched the back of my knees. My hair was so thick, but it was all one length. Like there wasn't bangs, there was no layers. It was all one length to the back of my knees. Y'all remember Crystal Gale back in the day? My hair was like that, but to the back of my knees, not to the floor. And I see these 50 and 60-year-olds and their hair is so thick. And I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Well, thank you. I'm going to disagree with that spirit stalker, but thank you. That means a lot. But how are these 50 and 60-year-old women having such thick hair? And I'll tell you one of them I'm talking about. You guys know Homer the pig, and he passed away at the vet. Anyway, she's the owner. Homer's owner has bright red hair, and her hair's thick. She has so much hair. Like, how do you have such thick, beautiful hair at your age? Yes, her name is Val. Yes. Look how thick and full her hair is, and I'm so jealous. Her hair is, I think she colors it red. Like, I don't think that's her natural color. I mean, if that's her natural color, that's freaking awesome. But her hair is beautiful. Her hair is so beautiful. And I'm jealous. Like, how is she that age and her hair is so thick and beautiful like that? I don't get it. I want to know what she's taking. Well, your hair's pretty long, Uncle, right now, isn't it? The longest my hair ever was to my knees. It was to the back of my knees. Now, when I first started, yes, it was to the back of my knees when I started the police academy. And I put my hair in a ponytail and braided it. And I was trying to wrap this long ass ponytail. And I did not, I take Biden though. Anyway, we were out and I was during the police academy and my braid fell out and that fucking drill sergeant grabbed my fucking ponytail and yanked my head back and said he was about to cut my hair. Because in the military or like the police academy, females' hair is supposed to be up and not touch the collar. You cannot have hair that touches your collar. So it has to be up. And I cut my hair off to the bottom of my belt, like where my belt is. And that's where my hair had stayed then after that. You have a good night, Annie. I'm sure I'll talk to you tomorrow. I love you and sweet dreams. God, I'm so stuffy, y'all. Oh, but I take Biden, yes. No, I just wanted. Hello, Corey. How you doing? I just wanted a couple more of the bigger pools because one of the pools has these holes in it and they're not patchable because it's where they squish the plastic getting in and out of, and they squish it, and the holes are in the squished part, so I can't get anything on there to fucking seal it because it's squished. So I'm anyway, I bought 5 of the small pools the other day. They were on sale for like $8. So I bought 5 of them, and that was a Tractor. So I have 5 small ones. I was hoping for the bigger ones because, Butters and Holly and Screech and they're big. All of none of them fit in the small ones except they can sit there, but to lay in it, they don't fit. And like Maple gets in the pool and she will just lay there for 2 hours. She'll lay in the pool for 2 hours. And today I saw her she's laying in the small pool and her head's just sitting up on the side, and she stayed there for like 2 hours. But when she gets up and she got out, and then Trooper went and got in, and Trooper's ass was sitting on the side of it, and he drained all the water out of it. So I had to go fill it up again because he drained the water out. So I filled that pool again and then cleaned the other pool. And then while I was cleaning the other pool, Maple got back in and stayed in it the whole time I was refilling that one. And then I refilled the one Trooper was in. And as I was walking away, he went and got in and drained the water out again with his ass. So I had to turn around and go back and refill it again. So it's like, geez, dude, you're letting out all the water. So, anyway, piggy pounds. Piggy pounds? What's a piggy pound? Anyway, tomorrow morning I have to run into town because I'm going to go meet the guy about the job, and then I have to run to the grocery store and just pick up a few things because even the piggies, like, I'm trying to keep them hydrated. So I'm out of their coconut water. I've got a little bit of the Gatorade left, but I'm going to pick up a little bit more because I have to keep them hydrated. So, yeah. Piggy ponds. I got you. That is a lot of work to do, dude, in each fucking pen. And yeah, and actual piggy ponds that stay clean it's just going to be unbelievably expensive. I'm not going to be able to make a piggy pond. I wish I could have a piggy pond like Esther had. If you guys remember Esther. And the other one I follow is Ziggy's Refuge. Now, they have a whole huge pool. It's a heated pool that stays, I think it's 78 degrees, 76 or 78 degrees year round. And they have Ziggy. That was their first pig. And now they're a huge rescue, and they're starting like their own hospital, and they're in the North or South Carolina. Anyway, Ziggy's Refuge. If y'all don't follow them, you need to. They're fucking awesome. Yeah. So they have a big, huge round pool, and that it's shallow, but where the piggies can go in and swim and whatever, and the humans can walk in it. And then you go, and it looks like a big donut because the middle is an island with sand on it. And they can get up there and lay, and it's awesome. So I wish I could make one of those. That would be awesome. But we'll see maybe one day. I don't know. Shit, I'd want that for myself though. I'd be happy for mine. I would be happy with a half a donut. Anyway, I'm just kidding. All right, I'm going to get off of here, and I will be live over on Clapper for a little while. Thank you guys for joining, and it was good to see you. We will be on Wednesday with my biatch Annie, and we will be doing Maryland, and we will see you then.